currently working as associate professor. Dr. Usha Devi N is currently working as Associate Professor, Department of Commerce at Emily First Grade College for Women, Bangalore. She has 32 years of teaching experience and specialized in human resource management and taxation. She obtained her PhD from Bangalore City University in 2002. She has written extensively and given talks on TQM research methodology, taxation, and social issues like gender discrimination, eye donation, and water resource management. She is the member of BOS in Bangalore Central University and also in 3 autonomous colleges in Bangalore. She has successfully guided 15 MPhil students and 3 PhD students, and currently she is guiding 6 PhD students. She has presented papers in national and international conferences and won many Best Paper Presentation Awards. She is appointed as the member of editorial committee by IJAS USA. She was invited to chair the technical session in an international conference organized by AHRD China in 2010, Harvard University, USA in 2011, Global Research Association Switzerland in 2015, and a resource person for the workshop on EduHub in Asia organized by Korean University in Korea 2014. She is an active member of Bharatiya Siksha Mandal, CHRD Network, MTC Global, and Seva Bharati. She is recognized with prestigious MTC Global Award for Outstanding Management Teacher Award in 2012. She is also felicitated by ABVP Karnataka for her outstanding service in the field of commerce education. Ma'am, this is an honor for us to welcome you. Thank you so much for gracing this occasion. I request the participants to type the questions in the chat box to be answered by the guest speaker at the end of the session. Now, I request Dr. Usha Devi ma'am to take over the session. Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning.
Ma'am, please unmute yourself, ma'am. Your mic is not on, ma'am.
I am audible.
Yes, ma'am. Now you're audible. Yes, ma'am. You're audible, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Just a minute. We will be sharing the screen.
Here you can hear me now.
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you. Yes, ma'am.
I will start this session
Okay,
now.
ma'am.
For the delay and delightful and blessed morning, all my teacher friends. Wish you happy new year. It is my humble duty express my gratitude to all the stakeholders of SSMRV College and also the Commerce.
Ma'am, your mic is off, ma'am. Kindly on it, ma'am. Usha, ma'am, can you hear me?
But there is some network issue here. 1 minute.
Ma'am, again you're on mute, ma'am. Usha, ma'am. Usha, ma'am.
One. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Now we can hear you, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm using mobile.
Ma'am.
The laptop is not
Ma'am,
working.
kindly put it into aeroplane mode, ma'am, so that the calls will not
Yeah, I've
disturb
done
you
it.
in
I've done it.
between and you're not logged off meeting.
I've done it. Okay. Um, it is my humble duty to express my gratitude to Anil Kumar sir, principal of SSMRV College, and all the other stakeholders of SSMRV College, Bangalore City University, uh, Department of Commerce, and BU UTCCM for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Now I request the organizer to share the PPT.
Nice to have you, madam.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I'll check whether I can connect it. Is it done?
Yes, ma'am, we can start.
I'm not able to see the screen.
Yes, ma'am. We will be sharing it in a minute, ma'am.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Not this one.
You want me to share the other one, ma'am?
Yeah, I sent one
Oh,
report to you, know that one.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
This one, scroll down, still down, yeah. Okay. Um, so let me start. In case of Unit 1, I felt that this chapter is loaded with many topics and teachers may find it difficult to cover all these topics in 14 hours. So what I would like to suggest is, let us limit the scope of coverage for few topics in this chapter. For instance, in case of meaning and definition of audit, it can be given for section A. Objectives can be given for section A or B or C. Difference between accountancy and auditing can be given for section B. With regard to types of audit, like external audit, internal audit, continuous audit, final audit, interim audit, we can discuss these types in detail in the class, whereas it's gone now. Hello, not able to see the screen? That laptop you bring it now. No, you bring that. Not able to see the screen?
No, ma'am.
Is it possible?
1 second.
Connecting through her this login ID, and she will give it, because your mail ID you have signed out, we are not able to open it. Password and verification ella kelta ide, so she will log in and bring it.
Here only?
But network ನೀವು place change ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ma'am? Very comfortable.
When it is this,
Ma'am, kindly give us 2 minutes. There are some technical glitches. We're just trying to resolve it.
now we can see.
Okay, ma'am. Sure. Thank you.
Is it possible to zoom little bit? ನಾನೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು this also I don't know. Okay, shall we continue? With regard to other types of audits, like balance sheet audit, partial audit, occasional audit, operational audit, performance audit, statutory audit, government audit, private audit, I felt only meaning can be covered in the class. The next, advantages of auditing can be given for section B. Preparation before the commencement of new audit can be given for section C. With regard to audit notebook, I felt we can cover only the meaning and contents. And with regard to audit working papers, we can cover only the meaning and essentials. Audit program can be given for section A or B or C. With regard to audit report, meaning, contents and types can be covered, and it can be given either for section A or section B. Hello? Next, will you please scroll down? Yeah. Coming to recent trends in auditing, it can be given for section A or B, and in this case, only meaning and significance can be covered. And the next topic is cost audit and management audit. It can be covered for A or B, and in this case, in the syllabus itself, it is clearly mentioned. The nature and significance can be covered, so we can do that. Coming to company auditor appointment, it can be given either for section A or section C. Please come down. Qualification can be given for section B. Yeah. Powers can be given. Auditor powers can be given either for section B or C. Duties of an auditor can be given for B or C. The liabilities here, we are supposed to cover civil liabilities and criminal liabilities, and I felt to explain both these liabilities with minimum of 2 case laws, and it can be given either for A or B or C. The last topic in first chapter will be professional ethics of an auditor. It can be given for section A or C. Now coming to the weightage of this topic, I felt for section A, 3 questions can be given. For section B, 1 question. Section C, 1 question. So the total marks to be covered in this section will be 26 marks. This is about chapter 1. If you have any doubts, you can clarify after I complete my presentation. Now coming to the second chapter, internal control. The meaning and objective of internal control can be given for A or B. Internal check, its meaning and objectives can be given for section A or B. Principles of internal check can be given for B or C. Internal check system with regard to wage payments or cash sales or cash purchases given for B or C. Internal audit, its meaning, advantages and disadvantages can be given for section B or section A also. And difference between internal check and internal audit can be given for section B. And the total weightage to be given for this chapter, according to me, for section A, 1 question can be given. Section B, we can ignore. Section C, 1 question can be given. So the total marks to be covered under this chapter will be 17 marks. Coming to the third chapter, vouching. Definition and importance can be given for A or B. The difference between checking and vouching can be given for A or section A. Vouching of receipts like cash sales, receipts from debtors, sale of investments can be given for B or C. Vouching of payments like cash purchases, Payment to creditors, deferred revenue expenditure can be given either for A or B or C. Coming to the weightage part, for section A, one question can be given. For section B, one question. And for section C, one question. Move down. Yeah. So the total marks to be covered for this chapter, third chapter, will be 22 marks. Coming to verification and valuation of assets and liabilities, meaning and objectives can be given for A or B. And auditor's duty with regard to valuation of assets can be given for B. Verification of assets like land and building, plant and machinery, goodwill, investment, stock in trade can be given for A, for B or C. Verification of liabilities like bills payable, sundry creditors, contingent liability can be given either for A or B or C. And coming to the weightage aspect, section A, one question can be given, section B, one question, section C, one question. The total marks to be covered for this chapter will be 22. So please go to the last chapter. Still you can move up. Yeah. Here, introduction, meaning and scope of corporate governance can be given for A or B. Principles of corporate governance for B or C. Significance of corporate governance for B or C. Strengthening of corporate governance you can cover for B only. The role and composition of the board can be given for A or B or C. Remuneration of directors and senior executives can be given for A or B or C. Benefits and limitations of corporate governance can be given for B or C. And with regard to weightage aspect, please move up. Yeah. For section A, one question can be given. For section B, one question. And C, we can ignore. The total marks under this, for this chapter, will be 7 marks. And these are my suggestions. And I did this after taking feedback from many senior teachers. Now I request my teacher friends to share their views so that the suggestions, if any, can be incorporated into the syllabus and the final report can be given to the organizers. So over to audience.
I request the participants to ask the questions to the speaker.
Questions are welcome.
Any questions?
You can kindly drop your questions in the chat box. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, myself Chetan Kumar from Kelly College.
Yes, sir.
The last chapter, corporate governance, you have given no. The importance for 15 marks question is there, no, ma'am? For role of composition of board and strengthening of corporate governance and the significances. Why we have to ignore it? Or it is like that only? I'm just
No.
have a dilemma related to it.
Yeah, we are supposed to give only 4 questions for
Yeah.
section C. So, because from that point of view, I said we can ignore the question for section C.
So the first 4 chapter is enough for 14 marks or 15 marks question.
Yeah, 15 marks, first 4. That is
Okay.
the feedback I got it from most of them. So what you feel, sir?
Because it is a new introduction, no ma'am, corporate governance. Some of the students are also expressing their view why it is included in auditing, and it was my question also, ma'am.
It was included in auditing because they felt it is relevant, and we can leave it to the paper setter. Either he can let him decide.
Okay, ma'am.
The
Thank you.
weighting part, let us not communicate to the paper setter. That we can remove it.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Ma'am, I'll take up a few more questions, ma'am, which are asked by the participants.
Okay.
Ma'am, there is this question from Rashmi R. Ma'am, chapter 1, please explain once again.
So you should go back to chapter 1.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So Rashmi and many teachers will agree with me that first chapter is loaded with many topics. So what I thought is, let us limit the scope of coverage for few topics only, not for all. So in case of the first one, meaning and definition, it can be given for section A. Objectives of audit, primary objectives and secondary objectives can be given for A or B or C. The difference between accountancy and auditing can be given for B or C. Coming to types of audit, the audits like external audit, internal audit, continuous audit, final audit, interim audit. Let us discuss in detail in the class. The other audits like balance sheet audit, partial audit, occasional audit, operational audit, performance audit, statutory audit, government audit, private audit. Let us discuss only the meaning. And it can be given for section A or B or C. Advantages of auditing can be given for section B. Preparation before the commencement of new audit can be given for section C. With regard to audit notebook, let us cover only the meaning and contents. With regard to audit working papers, let us cover the meaning and essentials. And it can be given for section A
ಇದು
or
ನಾನು ಅವತ್ತು ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೆ ಬಟ್ ನನಗೆ ನಾನು ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ 200 ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅದು ವಾಟ್ಸ್ಆಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ.
okay.
ಈಗ ಯಾರೋ ಲಿಂಕ್
Kindly
ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ,
mute
ಶ್ರೀ ಲಿಂಕ್
yourself.
ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದೇ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೆ.
Participants,
Okay.
kindly mute yourself. Yeah.
The audit program can be given for A or B or C. With regard to audit report, we can cover meaning, contents and types, and it can be given for A or B. Recent trends in auditing cover only the meaning and significance, and it can be given for section A or B. Cost audit and management audit can be given for A or B. Company auditor appointment can be given for A or C. Just scroll down now. Yeah. Qualification can be given for B. Rights and powers of a company auditor can be given for B or C. Duties of a company auditor, both statutory duties and contractual duties, can be given for B or C. With regard to liabilities, we are supposed to discuss in the class both civil liabilities and criminal liabilities. What I would like to suggest here is, let us explain both these liabilities with the support of minimum 2 case laws. And it can be given for A or B or C. Professional ethics can be given for A or C. So the total marks covered in this chapter is 26. Okay, madam?
Yes, ma'am. Can I take up the next question, ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, participants are asking whether this document can be shared, ma'am.
Yeah, you
Can
can
we
share
share
it.
it?
No?
Okay, ma'am. So, next question is from Arpita BS. For section C, we have to concentrate on only 1 to 4th chapter. Ma'am, can you be precise? Arpita, ma'am, can you ask your question once again?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello?
I just wanted to know that for section C, only 1 to 4 chapters enough. Chapter 1 to chapter 4.
No, I felt better the student concentrate 1 to 4 for section C.
Okay.
What you all feel? If you say even the last chapter to be included for section C, we can do so.
I think 1 to 4 chapter is enough, ma'am, because 5th chapter is newly introduced. So they can just concentrate for section B. What
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll be asking another question, ma'am. It is from Yashoda. Yes. Ma'am, what about other topics apart from the syllabus? Example, verification of cash, patents, etc.
Don't cover. Only what is mentioned, cover only that.
Okay.
What is mentioned in the syllabus, cover only those aspects in the class with regard to either vouching or internet check or verification.
Thank you, ma'am.
Participants, any more questions? Ma'am, there is another question from Shobha Murthy, ma'am. Will the students be asked to solve cases also under the first chapter?
Cases, only 2 will be covering, may not. That such type of questions may not be given.
Okay, ma'am. So there is another question from Pragati Prakash. Ma'am, but there are other questions asked in the exams other than those mentioned in the syllabus.
Then benefit should be given to the student. The examiner should strictly adhere to the syllabus specified. If any other topic is given as a question in the question paper, then the benefit should be given to the student.
Participants, any other questions? If you have any questions, you can directly on your mic and speak.
Regarding the practical skill development part, I was told Dr. Bhaskar will be covering both income tax and auditing. So my part of the work is only to have a discussion about auditing syllabus.
Okay, ma'am. Participants, I assume that there are no other questions. Now I request Apurva C, Assistant Professor from Department of Commerce, to render vote of thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Dear ma'am, I thank you immensely for taking time from your busy schedule to be the speaker of today's orientation program. Thanks for throwing light on the syllabus of auditing and corporate governance. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you on behalf of the SSMRV College. I further extend my thanks to Principal of SSMRV, HOD of Commerce Department, the technical team, and last but not the least, the participants of today's program. Thank you all. Thank you all again.
Participants, we shall be sharing the soft copy in the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much. Thank you, Usha ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
I can leave
Thank
this?
you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, you can leave.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Ma'am, stop recording.